Welcome to another edition of The Good Outdoors on 99.5 Kicks Country with Steve, Daryl, and Ronnie. It's everything about the outdoors. Take it away, guys.
Good morning. Welcome to the Good Outdoors radio show here in beautiful Valdosta, Georgia at 99.5 Kicks Country. How you doing, Steve?
Doing good.
Man, great day, man. Great day. I tell you, we're going to talk a little turkey today. We got some good things coming your way on the Good Outdoors this morning. Our friends from Maryland, they're taking off around 10, 11, or 12 o'clock today, headed for about a 12-hour drive down to South Georgia to do a little hog hunting with us, man. They excited, too.
Yeah, I saw a post on Facebook that they get ready to head on down, man.
Yeah.
They're excited about it.
I think they're ready at the way they act.
Ain't many hogs running around the suburbs of Maryland, I wouldn't imagine.
I don't think so. I don't believe they are. I really don't. I didn't see them when I was up there and know where they would want to be up there anyway.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt they'd get there eventually if we don't get them in check.
That's right. I'm sure they will.
Multiply very quickly.
I'm sure they'll be there, man. Excuse me. Steve, you're probably interested in this. Robert McGeehan, he posted on here, watching a TV show about the skunk ape, and guess where they are? Quincy, Florida.
Well, they're getting close.
You know what I told him? I said, that just shows you there are crazy people everywhere.
Yep. Yeah, keep laughing.
Yeah, how true
keep
is that?
laughing.
Yeah.
People out there making millions of dollars a year on it. Real or make believe. Yeah. That money's real.
That money is real.
That's one thing's real.
That green is spin on it there.
Oh man, hey, I put a video up on Facebook this morning. Y'all need to watch. It's a Wisconsin white deer, and he's surprised by his horns when they shed. You got to watch it to see what happens, man. It's hilarious, man. It's funny. He goes, he's on camera there. You know, it's obviously a trail camera, but his head gets right off screen. He's got both horns on his head too, but it gets right off screen, and you can tell he shakes his head like flies are around him or whatever. But he shakes his head, and both of his antlers fly off.
That's probably startling. If you shook your head and your ears fell off, you'd be a little shocked too.
And so he takes off in a heartbeat. Now, nice buck too, but he gets right off screen there and just shakes his head, and he just cuts up like a new pair of scissors when that happens. It's hilarious. Y'all got to watch it. Tune in, or y'all look at the Good Outdoors. I watched it again. Look at the Good Outdoors on Facebook. You can like us there. Also, go to our website, www.thegoodoutdoors.com. We got the latest shows up on there.
Make sure you put the Z in outdoors. That's our own little flair. So
That's
the
right.
Good Outdoors with a Z.com or on Facebook. So make sure you check us out. We always have a lot of good information on there.
Well, I was waiting for Daryl Sample to come in this morning because he's always got the NASCAR news, you know, and he's all up on NASCAR. So when he walked in the door this morning, I said, female in the pits, Christmas Abbott, set to be the first woman to ever, I guess, pretty much, first woman to change tires in NASCAR. And
Interesting.
And he didn't know about it. So I had one up on him.
He sure did.
Yeah, she's quite a handsome young lady too. She's got tattoos all over, but she is a handsome girl.
Yes, sir.
She works out a lot. Apparently, I read that last night as well.
Yeah, and she's going to change tires in the Camping World Truck Series for Jennifer Jo Cobb. And
she's hang around in the Clint Boyer pit too.
Sunday in the Daytona 500, she'll saddle them. Or shadow them.
I don't know if she needs to be shadowing anybody in the pit. She'll get a quick ticket back out of there.
She's going to shadow them in the Michael Waltrip Racing Crew in anticipation of a potential future over-the-wall assignment. She's pretty dang tough, man. I watched a little short video on her jerking a dang barbell up over her head with more weight than probably what I could do. Yeah, she don't weigh about 115 pounds is all she weighs.
About 5'2" or 5'3".
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm. I could kick her butt. I ain't even most worried about her.
Yeah, well, she's got a gun tattooed on her hip. Now, that's pretty awesome. But her gun's tattooed on her hip. So
she's always packing.
Well, yeah, but it reminds her of her time she spent in Iraq. So I guess she's a former soldier. So
yeah, she's a tough gal. Ain't no doubt. I wish her luck there. That's it's going to be quite a feat. A tire, it says on there. I don't remember what it is. A tire, weighs X amount, and it's about half her body weight.
It's I think
50
it's about
60 pounds.
Yeah, about 50, 60 pounds. Yeah, rip a 60-pound tire off a car
and
bolt on a new one. That's something else.
And do it twice in 12 seconds.
That's pretty fast, ain't it?
Shoot, it takes me 3 hours to change the tire of my truck. So she's got me. Even with the tools, I can't change one that fast.
Yeah, it showed the little video. I didn't have the sound on the computer here, but it showed a little video where she's in her looks like her living room practicing a little bit there. So
If I was on the pit crew, I just want to be the one that's working the stopwatch, timing everybody. I could handle that. That guy's got a good job.
That's right. That's behind the wall assignment. That's what I want.
Yeah, he don't have to do. His working out consists of just lifting the stopwatch a few times, a week, make sure he knows how to do it, and that's it. Record the time, maybe write it down. He's got it made. I mean, how do you screw up and lose that job? First of all, there's two questions here. How do you get that job? And then the second, how did you ever lose it? So I guess the turnover rate would be 0. You get that, and you do it for 40 years. Till your fingers start slowing down to where you can't do it. Then they got a stopwatch open up. And I bet the waiting list on that is long.
Oh, I guarantee you. But you know what? We people take for granted just how much of an athlete these guys in NASCAR really are. Man, they're something else. They have to work out. Even the drivers, the pit crew, and the pit crew has a heck of a life. The pit crew, the over-the-wall pit crew, normally have regular day jobs. Most of them have regular day jobs, and they actually fly into the race like on Saturday, and they do this stuff on this car. They have the behind the wall guys that are their regular employees. But these guys just come in, they work out all the time. I mean, they're just in tip-top physical condition. Me and Darrell were talking. The only one that's probably not in tip-top physical condition, he just has to be strong, is the gas man. He don't have to run around as much.
Nope, about 3 steps forward and put it in.
Carry that big old gas can up there.
I bet that thing's heavy, though.
I guarantee
yeah, he's got to be physically strong, but like the cardio part, he probably does not as bad as the other guys.
No, you're probably right about that. I know it's obvious to me, all those guys, but I've often wondered, and I have never driven a car for 500 miles at 200 miles an hour, but, I see some of these guys are in excellent physical condition, like Mark Martin. He's always been known as a specimen. But then you see Tony Stewart's a fat doughboy. I don't understand where the athleticism comes in driving the car. So much. I don't know. But then again, I've never driven one for 500 miles at 200 miles an hour. So I don't know.
Well, that's the thing is, you also remember your steering always left, so you're always.
Yeah.
Well, not just that, but look at the weight they lose in these hot, in these cars. I mean, they have to be in good physical condition.
That's probably where the being in good shape helps. Is the heat, I would imagine.
Yeah, because they don't have air conditioning in them cars.
No, sir.
Just on the head.
Don't need it when you're going that fast and the windows down.
And I also saw this morning, Virginia Beach, Virginia. Did y'all see this? A Virginia Beach pizza shop owner is showing his support for firearms rights by giving gun owners a 15% discount. All you got to do is wear your gun in there to the daggum pizza place, get a 15% discount, show your gun permit, concealed handgun permit.
I like it.
I do too. I support that. That's good. 80% of his customers were brought guns into the pizza shop. He says one customer came in with an AK-47. Safest place in town to eat. Mm-hmm. Go there.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah, ain't nobody gonna come in there and try to rob that.
It's a place called All Around Pizzas and Deli. I think we need to see if we can get him in Valdosta here.
Yeah, order some pizza.
Mm-hmm. But this ties right in with the next story I was going to go to. The diamond heist worth $50 million. More people had guns, they probably wouldn't have been able to get them.
No, man, but can you imagine $50 million in diamonds? Wow, that's a lot. 3
thieves drove onto a Belgium's airport tarmac and stole more than $50 million in diamonds without firing a single shot from an airplane now. Never fired a shot. And it took them fewer than 5 minutes to cut through an airport fence Monday night, drive up to a jet in cars with flashing lights, hold up the pilot and security officials on the plane, and take 120 packages of rough and cut stones. I think they got away with something. That sounds like a movie, don't it?
Yeah, I wonder how they're going to, what they're going to do to get rid of those diamonds. I mean, you can't just walk around on the street and sell them rough cut diamonds like that.
Well, no, but that all they got to do is there's plenty of people out there that buy these diamonds and cut them down, and nobody will ever know where they're from. I mean, I do it all the time.
Well, I'll sell my diamonds to you whenever I come across them.
Yeah, that'll work. Mm-hmm. I can really afford them. That was just kind of funny, though.
Yeah, I see on Facebook a little picture of, I guess it's Jamie Fields' picture.
Yeah.
Little girl holding the brim.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that is a beautiful picture
yes,
right there. That's what it's all about right there.
He sent them yesterday. That's his twins. I put them up there. That's good. That's what it's all about. They loving. It looks like one of them is holding that fish way away from her. The other one's a little bit closer.
That's the way I hold mine right there. She's got her little, looks like a 202 or a 404 there.
Just a Mickey Mouse rod and
The
reel.
Mickey Mouse reel. Yeah. Man, that's good stuff right there, Jamie.
Yes, it
Good
is.
stuff.
Sure is, man. Enjoy it. And I've been learning more and more about the little girl we had come in the other morning. Boy, she's unbelievable. I've been hearing more and more about this girl, Kate Langford. And her hair is real short. I noticed that when she was in here. She has pretty short hair. I didn't, it's not uncommon. But come to find out, she actually cuts her hair, lets it grow out long, cuts it, and donates it to the Locks of Love.
Well, how about that? That's good. I wish I could let mine grow out and donate it.
Me too. My facial hair grows out faster than hair.
I got hair on my back longer than the hair on my head.
Oh man, but she does that. So girl does all kind of stuff, man. She was just unbelievable. They even make their own baits a lot of times, and she knows how to do that. So I have to get her back in a month or two, and once she starts fishing again, give it some more fish stories.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that. She was proud of that fish picture she had in there, that 24-inch speckled trout. That thing made me want to go fishing.
Me and you both. I wanted to go bad. And Robert McGee, and he called in yesterday, and I think he goes a lot. He's going to wait till it warms up. Takes his kids a lot of times, so there'll be some more times to get out there. Hadn't seen a lot in the athletic world going on here lately. Have you?
No, well, I mean, not much. Basketball's cranking up. College basketball. Indiana beat number 4 Michigan State last night. Indiana's ranked number 1. That was a great ball game, and of course, they were fired up. It's been a while since Indiana's been on top like that. They actually did something I haven't seen in a long time. We're running out of time. It says. Anyway, they were ranked number 1 and lost and remained number 1.
Really?
Yeah, they did. That's not happened in a long time, but maybe we'll talk more about that when we come back. But we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back in 3 minutes. You'll listen to The Good Outdoors on 99.5.
We're running out of time. We're drawing the line. This is our battle cry.
Huntin' is Good TV is an action-packed hunting show with a mission to secure our hunting heritage. Join Steve Nichols, Trey Weatherington, and Neil Armati each week as they hunt across the U.S. and Canada with pro athletes, actors, wounded warriors, kids, and regular old Joes who know hunting is good. Huntin' is Good TV airs on Pursuit Channel and is available on Dish Network Channel 240 and DirecTV Channel 604. For more info, visit huntingisgoodtv.com and follow on Facebook at facebook.com/HIG TV show. You can also use your high-speed internet connection to watch online by logging on to filmon.com at the airtimes posted on our website. And remember, hunting is good.
This is our battle cry.
There's only one place in Valdosta if you want the freshest seafood in town. It's Bubba Jack's Crab Shack at 1700 West Hill Avenue. They got wild Georgia shrimp cooked about any way you could want it. Fried, peel and eat, grilled, or buffalo style. They got a Wednesday night oyster special at $7.99 a dozen, and that ain't no mistake. $7.99 a dozen, Wednesday night only. Bring the kids with you, and if they don't eat seafood, get them some chicken tender baskets or hamburger hot dog. And do not forget to try the fresh cut, hand-dipped onion rings at Bubba Jack's Crab Shack, 1700 West Hill Avenue, Valdosta. Triangle Discount Corner is a true discount and convenience store located at the intersection of River Street and St. Augustine Road. It's very easy to zip in and zip right back out. Triangle Discount Corner is all about convenience and discounts. Ice cold beverages, coffee, snacks, last minute needs, or filling up that gas tank in a flash is what we're all about. Wheel into Triangle Discount Corner today and tell them you listen to The Good Outdoors on Kicks Country 99.5 and get you a nice hot cup of coffee for a quarter. But you got to get there before 9 a.m. That's Triangle Discount Corner at the corner of River Street and St. Augustine in Valdosta. Jones Welding and Industrial Supply has been serving South Georgia and North Florida for over 3 decades. With 9 locations in the South, Jones Welding and Industrial Supply is a full-line distributor for all welding and industrial supplies. The Jones mission is to provide quality products at a competitive price in order to supply the best service available. Jones Welding and Industrial Supply has built a reputation for good, honest, old-fashioned service. For a location near you, visit www.joneswelding.com. Jones Welding and Industrial Supply is a proud supporter of the Good Outdoors.
Service. It's a very simple word, but you'd think it's French. At Deep South Sanitation, our service will never be questioned. We are there when we say we'll be there. If there's a couple extra bags by the can, we pick it up. Deep South Sanitation don't care if the lid won't close. All the more reason to dump it. If you're elderly or disabled, the Deep South Sanitation team will get your can, dump it, and put it back. If trash blew out, we don't leave it, we pick it up. Keep the money you pay for sanitation services local by supporting Deep South Sanitation, a locally owned business. Call Carrie Scarborough today at Deep South Sanitation, 229-559-0200.
It's the Good Outdoors on 99.5 Kicks Country. Now, let's get back to the fun, talking about everything to do with the outdoors with Steve, Daryl, and Ronnie.
Hey, welcome back to the Good Outdoors. We appreciate everybody chiming in this morning. Denver Godwin, good to hear from you, man. And good morning to you. Hope you have a good day, too. Good morning, Bulldog.
Bulldog C. Hall in the house.
What's up, buddy?
Man, I tell you, he's always got some good inspirational posts on Facebook.
He does, don't
Get us through the week about hump day, and I tell you, he's got a great mental attitude. I'm starting to, even though I dislike him, I'm just starting to like him too.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He called yesterday. He's really been instrumental in helping us out with this fishing trip that we are struggling.
I didn't realize he played a musical instrument. That's good. I didn't know he was instrumental.
He's instrumental a lot.
Jack of all trades.
He's been helping us out a lot. He got with Ronnie yesterday, so we're on the right track to maybe get that put together, I hope, and maybe we'll have some more information by the end of the week. And Nicholas Atkins, he chimed in yesterday and brought up something that we'd already kind of talked about a little bit, and we're going to wait a little bit longer to do it. But he said, I think y'all should put on some kind of contest where people wear the Good Outdoors T-shirts in the outdoors and take pictures of themselves, post it to Facebook, and see who gets the most likes. You know, that's a pretty good idea, and we talked about it briefly a week or so ago. We're going to wait till we get a few more shirts out there and do that, and see what kind of activities people do in the Good Outdoors wearing the Good Outdoors T-shirt. It's a good idea, Nicholas. Appreciate that, and we're going to take that and run with it.
Yeah, we got to come up with a big contest this year. We ran the one last year at the end of the year. Big all expense paid hunting or fishing trip of a lifetime, and we pulled a winner. Young lady's going to be going hunting there, so hopefully she'll kill her first deer on that trip, and we'll have to come up with something like that too. Maybe something similar, and get everybody.
I think we can do something with it.
Enrolled in it. We'll be working on that, noodling on it.
We'll figure something out on it. I wanted to talk a little bit. You know, it's Wednesday. Turkey season's coming up. Of course, I love turkey season, and I want to talk a little bit more about it. But I want to kind of change a little bit. Start it off with a different thing. The National Wild Turkey Federation, they're celebrating, I think, their 40th year this year, and that's awesome in itself. But they have a program called the Jakes program, and it's aimed at kids, to getting kids involved with being outside and hunting and turkey hunting and all this. So they've a great air gun program and a great shotgun program. But a little history on the Jakes program, it was started by a donation and made possible by a donation from Larry and Brenda Potterfield, and they're owners of Midway USA. And I didn't really know that until I got to reading up on this yesterday. But the goal of the Jakes Take Aim program is to present opportunities for youth aged 17 and younger to try target shooting, clay target shooting, and shotgunning in a safe, fun environment. So, you know, they started the two programs, the air gun program and the shotgun program. I know up at Patrick's public fishing area every year when they have the kids fishing day, the free fishing day in Georgia every year, that the Jakes do a big thing up there. I think a lot of people from Nashville, Georgia are part of it, and they do this air gun thing up there every year, and it's a huge, huge success when they do it. So, I mean, it's a great program. It's something you can get started in. You can get a magazine, you know, you can sign your kids up for it and join it, and you can get a magazine that tells you about everything in the outdoors and just things that they do, and the Jakes program it's not just about turkey hunting by no means. It's not just about shooting, but it's about cleaning up the environment, getting kids involved, and keeping our environment clean. If you go and look at this, you know, when you get the magazine, it'll tell you everything about it. It kind of highlights different places around the country where people doing things. So it's an awesome thing to do. They actually have a pro staff about the pro staff, about how to get on it, and Jake's Pro Staff online application. I mean, there's just so much to do, man. It's awesome. They offer scholarships. They do it all on the Jakes program.
Yeah, and it's not only for the that extreme Jakes for the take aim part of it is for 13 to 17. So they have concentrated segments and divisions, for different ages. But the Jakes program is from basically 0 to 17, so you can get them started real early. I remember enrolling Caden in the Jakes program when he was about 4 years old over in Brunswick. So it's a really good thing. It teaches them many things, like you said, not just turkey hunting, just about life lessons in general, hunting, the environment, getting outdoors. So therefore, we support it fully. But they learn how to identify plants and animals. Think about it. How many plants are out there in the wild? And even now, I don't know them all, but I'm envious that some guys can walk through the woods and look at plants and things and identify them readily. But that's what the Jakes program will do. It'll teach them how to identify plants, different animals, the habits of these animals, and it teaches them to be responsible outdoorsmen. Through fishing, camping, hunting, outdoor activities in general. So support your Jakes program. Enroll your kids in the Jakes program. I don't even think there's a charge to enroll them.
I'm not sure. I'd have to research that. I'm just not really sure.
Well, we'll try to find out some information on if you have to actually pay to join it. You didn't used to, and I don't know now. I mean, there could be a fee, because it just takes money to print, the pamphlets and the mailers and things like that. But I wouldn't think the charge would be much if there is any. But it's very worthwhile. There's local Jakes chapters. I don't know if there's one here in Lowndes County, but that's something you might want to, take part in. I know Tim Keller with Talent Outdoors that works out there at Johnson Distributing for the Budweiser folks. He can probably get you some information on the Jakes program. So if you're interested in enrolling your child in the Jakes program, give us a shout on Facebook and we'll see if we can get you some information there. Because you can always get on the computer and go online and find all kind of stuff.
Oh, yes, you can. National Wild Turkey Federation. If you pull up their website, it's www.nwtf.org. It's loaded with all types of information, anywhere from conservation of how to do it for upland habitat, hunting heritage, wild turkey management, through hunting wild turkeys, through outreach programs such as Jakes Country, Women in Outdoors, the Wheeling Sportsman, which is a good one, outreach coordinator resources and education. I mean, they have special events on there, all kind of stuff. You can join the National Wild Turkey Federation. You get some of their magazines. They have magazines and TV. They do Turkey Country Magazine, Jakes Country Magazine, and then they do Turkey Call TV and Get in the Game. So they're all over. They're all over TV and publication and print. So get on there and check them out. There's so many things you can do, man. It's just crazy with the Wild Turkey Federation. I pulled up this morning on there as I was looking and looked at this earlier, just pulled up again about the wild turkeys range. They're everywhere. I mean, they're just practically everywhere across the United States now. It's the best rehabilitation program I've ever seen or ever read about.
It's just like John Peake said that day. If you don't have turkeys, it's because your habitat's off.
Yep.
That's the only reason you wouldn't have turkeys, because it's not a. I mean, they'll thrive most anywhere. So you got a pretty bad chunk of land if you don't have turkeys.
Yep, you sure do.
Or a small tract, But if you've got some acreage, the chances are you got turkeys.
Mm-hmm. And different species of turkeys. The eastern subspecies, there's 5.1 to 5.3 million wild turkeys in eastern wild turkey. The Osceola, there's around 80,000 to 100,000 is all there is. But they're very, 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 very concentrated down in Florida alone.
Yeah.
Then you had the Rio Grande, which is over 1 million. Merriam's, you have around 330,000 Merriam's. Of course, they're fairly concentrated also.
Yeah, it seems because of that concentration, it seems like there's a lot more Merriam's and Rios when you go out there. You see them in big flocks. Of course, it's in wintertime too, but you see them by the hundreds. I mean, just hundreds, and just because they're in a pretty small area compared to the eastern. But it boggles my mind here in Georgia how we've went years and years and years without a hen season, and you would think, and they are honestly, I think they are getting close to being overpopulated, in my opinion. In some places, you can't even plant a food plot for the deer the turkeys will just scratch it up. And you won't have anything. They were a nuisance down on a piece of property I hunted years ago down in Clyateville.
Yep.
You couldn't plant for the deer. You'd throw peas out there, and in 2 or 3 days, all the seed would be scratched up and eaten by the turkeys. You'd see turkeys, in 60 or 70 at the time during the gun season, the deer season, and I just started hating them. I really did. I had a disdain for turkeys because they were screwing up my deer hunting, and I looked at them as a nuisance like a hog at that time. And of course, since then I've grown to enjoy turkey hunting.
Oh, man,
but I still mainly I'm hunting them just because I hate them. It's not. That's really not. I don't know. I'm not going to ever choose a wild turkey over deer. So if God come down and said, "Hey, you got to choose," I'm either wiping out the deer or the turkey. The turkeys will have to go. That's just me.
And they got to get going.
Yeah, and it won't even be a thought.
Me and Ryan, we were over at his hunting club. What was that, Sunday, Ryan?
Yep.
By the way, Ryan,
It's hunting lake.
Yeah,
It's hunting lake.
Yeah.
His hunting place.
Pond.
Whatever. Yeah, it is a lake right now. The river's running pretty high. I'll check it out this afternoon. But we walked out in the field, in the edge of one of the fields over there, and there was turkey tracks everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
One big old track. I didn't show Ryan the biggest track.
I seen it.
But it's pretty good tracks. Turkeys are up on the hill, by the way, too, because the rivers are kind of high around here. I think they're going down. So if anybody knows out there, if the rivers, especially, I'm really interested in the Lappaha River over around Lanier County and stuff. But if y'all know anything about the river, if it started falling any yet, give us a call and let me know, because I got to make a trip this afternoon. 229-253-0995. Let us know about any of the rivers, or if they're starting to go down yet, or still rising, or what's happening with them. So I'm sure I'm interested in that. I got to go this afternoon and try to pour out some corn if the river has come down any. Is run the hogs off a little bit, so we got to get them back in there. Hopefully it'll be down by Friday when we're ready to go.
Yeah, it starts falling. It'll fall fast, and they'll remember where that corn was, and they'll be right back there.
Oh yeah, that's what we're banking on.
Yeah.
That's what we're hoping.
Yeah, what you can do, you can get a 5-gallon bucket, fill it about 3/4 of the way of corn, and then fill the rest of it with water, and just set the bucket out there. And when it starts sour, and they'll smell it, and they'll come in there.
Oh yeah.
I wish we could pour some oil or grease out there with them, but the EPA kind of frowns on that.
Yeah, they don't want it too much.
Hey, we're going to take another break, come back and talk some more about turkey hunting here in the Good Outdoors. Thanks for listening, everybody. Everyone knows that Eagle Auto Repair in Lake Park, Georgia is the best place to get your vehicle back in shape and keep it there. But did you know they're also a certified U-Haul provider? That's right. If you are moving somewhere or pulling a car or truck and need help, Eagle Auto Repair can hook you up. No matter if it's local or long distance, we've got you covered. Might as well leave your car for service while you move. That's multitasking. Eagle Auto Repair, 321 Lakes Boulevard in beautiful Lake Park, Georgia. Stop by or give Ronnie a call at 229-559-1999.
Here we go again. Every time there's a food plot to be planted, Daryl's nowhere to be found. You see him, Ronnie?
He's probably in the truck eating a dang sandwich.
I'm sitting right here by this tree and they don't even see me.
Man, that Realtree AP was designed to blend hunters with their surroundings, not hide them when it's time to work.
I'm so hidden the scooters can't even find me.
Okay, Daryl, come on. We got to get this stuff planted.
What's that? Hey, stop it.
Realtree. It's so real, a coyote might pee on it.
Serves you right, you slacker.
So you need a car, truck, or SUV? Look no further than Midway Auto Emporium at 4189 Bemis Road, Valdosta, Georgia. Cameron and Melissa Tucker has been serving the Valdosta area for over 7 years now. They are a family-owned and operated local business with hometown values and still believe in handshake deals. With a great selection of used cars, trucks, and SUVs, with a Carfax report on every one of them, along with bank financing at all credit levels and interest rates as low as 1.85% with approved credit. 4189 Bemis Road, or visit their website at midwayautoemporium.com.
Attention Outdoor Nation. Adel Outfitters, located at exit 39 on I-75 in Adel, Georgia, has over 18,000 square feet of outdoor unbelievability just waiting on you. Specializing in a wide range of outdoor supplies for everyone, including hunting, fishing, shooting, kayaking, camping, Little League, clothing, knives, boots, you name it, Adel Outfitters has it. They also have that personal one-on-one attention that you just might not be getting from some of the big boxes, and Adel Outfitters has a whole lot less overhead, so you'll be surprised at the deals. So come see us now at Adel Outfitters, exit 39, Adel, Georgia. Val Optics on Patterson Street in Valdosta, Georgia has been providing 1-hour service for 25 years. From eyeglass repair to eye exams conducted by one of 2 on-site optometrists, Val Optics is there for all of your eyesight concerns. There is no need for an appointment and most insurances are accepted. Val Optics also accepts outside prescriptions. So if you need eyeglass repair or an eye exam, stop by Val Optics at 601 North Patterson Street, Valdosta, Georgia. 25 years in business says it all. It's that time of year. People everywhere will be scrambling to find somebody to take care of filing their taxes. Fast Tax and Bookkeeping at 1407 West Hill Avenue, Suite Q has a quick turnaround time and the knowledge to prepare your taxes properly, making sure you are getting what's due. With $25 1040 EZ filings, electronic refunds in a flash, military and college student discounts, and fast and friendly service, drop by and see Lisa Griffiths and the gang at 1407 West Hill Avenue, Suite Q, or give them a call at 229-253-0181 to schedule an appointment.
It's the Good Outdoors on 99.5 Kicks Country. Now, let's get back to the fun, talking about everything to do with the outdoors with Steve, Daryl, and Ronnie.
Hey, welcome back to the Good Outdoors, man. We're going to talk a little more turkey hunting this morning. Get some things fired off. Our phone lines are open, 229-253-0995. Give us a call. Chime in anytime you want to, especially if you know anything about the rivers. If they're coming down in it. No, call with anything you want to talk about, by the way.
Yeah, calling in and talking to us is a lot cheaper than putting gas in your car. We're not $3.75 a gallon.
Yeah.
We are absolutely free. We're talking about turkeys, and of course, we drive home the fact of taking kids with you. And turkey hunting is a good thing to do, as far as taking a kid with you. Turkey hunting works. And I know a lot of you sitting there saying, yeah, right, you make one wrong move in the turkey woods and the turkey's gone. Yeah, that's true. But you can take a squirmy kid out there with you and put him in a ground blind and hunt. A lot of people don't like to hunt turkeys out of a ground blind. But if your goal is to get a kid outdoors, which that should be, to pass on the legacy of hunting, take a day. Go out there, get your bird. Get your one off your back there, get it out of your system, and then take your kid with you a few times. Take your pop-up blind. Get out there, just, calling, him watching you call, hearing the gobblers hopefully coming in, maybe see a few turkeys, maybe shoot one. It'll hook him for life. If you are a turkey hunter, you can think about the first time you ever had someone call in a gobbler to you, or you call one in and you take it, you remember that blood pumping and it addicted you. Think about what it'll do to a 5 or 6, 7-year-old kid. And get them out there. And another thing, I was talking to somebody on the phone. Oh, I know. It was Ryan Klesko, who's going to be calling in the show soon, I hope, if he can get his ADD self in. But anyway, Ryan was saying, one of the things he does or tells everybody is to tell kids, when you tell bedtime stories, tell them about a hunting event that you did with your dad or that you did in general. And that's a great way to keep a kid interested in outdoors. Tell them about, one time I was walking through the woods and this wild hog, was grunting over there and he chased me or so. Tell them a story and then get them all excited about hunting. So when you tell them your bedtime stories, deviate a little bit from Jack and the Beanstalk and spend one night a week telling them about a hunting or fishing story. And then especially if you're going, this weekend you're taking a kid fishing, tell them a few fishing stories, get them all riled up, man, get them ready to go. And they'll remember it forever, and then they'll pass it on. The average age of a hunter has increased over the years. 20 years ago, the average age of a hunter was and I don't know the stats, but just for sake of argument, let's say it was 32. The average age of a hunter in the nation was 32. Well, now it's 42. So what that means is there's less people, young people, getting into the sport, and our numbers are declining. A steady decline. Now from, I think about 3 years ago, we did see for the first time in 20 years an increase in the amount of hunting licenses purchased. So that's a good trend, and we need to keep that up. And the way you're going to do it is by constantly feeding that pipeline and keeping kids involved in the good outdoors. If you stop getting kids involved, then pretty soon there's not going to be any hunters, and it's going to decline. And then our voices in legislative issues and all that's going to be, we're not going to be as loud. The NRA, if the NRA was to start losing members,
oh man,
then we'd be in trouble. Thank God they gain members. Well, we need to treat the hunting community the same way. We need to let the world know that hunting is good and the good outdoors is good, and it's a good place to be. given the alternative of hanging out at the malls and the movies and and doing no good and playing video games for hours on end and not bashing the video games. It's fine. My kids play video games, but in moderation. They don't take the driver's seat. I guarantee if you were to go in there and my kid's playing a video game and you say, hey, jump in the truck, we're going fishing, I promise you he'll sling that Xbox across the room and we'll get out there and we'll go fishing. But you've got kids that have never been exposed to fishing that will sit there and play the video game and choose the video game over the outdoor activity, and that's just a crime. It ought to be a criminal thing. So take the kids turkey hunting. One of the biggest issues when the hunting community faces is the declining amount of people heading to the woods to hunt. And, as I said, the age of the average hunter is rising. Not as many young people are hunting. And as hunters, we alone are responsible for reversing that trend. It's on us. We've got to do it. The only way you're going to do it is to introduce someone to hunting. It can be a neighbor, a friend, a relative, a kid, an in-law. Introducing children to hunting is even better because you're feeding that pipeline and getting them involved in there. So getting someone passionate about hunting at an early age is a good way to put them on track for hunting for a lifetime.
Yes, it is. I agree 100%. You got to do more to get kids out there and get involved. They're our future. They're the future of the sport, and that's what we try to push out here every day. I'd love to see a kid. I mean, I just absolutely love to see a kid like Kate come in this week, and like Dawson Peak. When they come in and just their passion for being outdoors and passion for carrying on the heritage. Man, it's just it's unreal.
Well, what you got to do is you got to get the kid involved in the hunt. Don't just take them, get them involved. If you're going turkey hunting, you get out there and you take a ground blind. Let the kid clear out the spot for the ground blind. Let him pull the limbs out of the way. Let him take your clippers maybe and just watch him be safe. Clip out the bushes. Let him go out there and help you set the decoy up. Get him involved in interacting with it, not just sitting back watching. Make them feel more involved in the process, as opposed to just tagging along. You tell them, well, we're clearing these leaves out here, so when we're sitting in the ground blind, we're not going to be rustling leaves and making noise. Tell them how good that turkey can hear.
Right.
And it's just a great sport to introduce to children. The weather, normally it's actually real warm during the spring, as opposed to sometimes during deer season you got to worry about bundling them up and getting them cold, and they'll get cold and start shivering and freezing. And it'll turn them off, So get them out in the deer woods a little bit. You don't usually have the bugs too bad, but you can sit there. You can wear mosquito repellent because the turkeys don't work. Of course, we use our thermocells, but it's just a little easier to hunt. It's not as intense, I guess you would say, as the whitetail because of scent control and things like that. I mean, you can put deodorant on. You ain't even got to bathe for 3 days if you don't want to. Thank God too, because if a turkey could smell, you'd never kill one.
Ooh, I hear you, man.
But turkey hunting's a great way to get kids out in the outdoors. It's just easy. You can get them out there.
It's a great way. I can remember the first turkey I ever killed as far as calling up and being involved with it. And this turkey it was a textbook turkey hunt. He'd come across this field, and I was calling to him, and he would strut, and he got closer and closer as he got about 20 yards. He was in range, but I was just waiting and listening. He was drumming and spitting and gobbling. And I remember I was probably, 25 years old or so. But when as I was listening to him, I could feel it inside my chest. Every time he would drum and spit, and every time he'd gobble, and it would just shake me, just rattle me. And I could just imagine having a 18-year-old kid sitting there beside me. I don't believe they could handle it. I was about to have a heart attack listening to it. I don't believe they could handle it. They'd just be so antsy. And just to look on their face, it would be just unforgettable.
That's what would keep them wild. Keep them wanting to come back right there.
Man, it's crazy.
Another thing about kids, the kid, you got to be patient with them. And when you take them hunting, you got to remember, and this is where sometimes I would go wrong when I would take my kids a long time ago, because I was young and I was enthused in the hunt and wrapped up in the hunt, and I forgot sometimes when I took them that day that I took them, the hunt was about them. It wasn't about me, and that's what you've got to realize when you take that kid. It's not about you. You're there for that kid. So one kid's attention span may be shorter than the other. One might can go sit there for 30, 45 minutes, and you got to get him out of there, because if you force him to sit for 2 hours, when he's ready to go after 30 minutes, he ain't going to want to come back. So you got to know your child and make it memorable. Hopefully there's some action going on, some sounds, some gobbling or some hens or whatever. You can see them in a field, and it'll keep their attention. But this is a good time when I'll say you can take a little video game with you, let them play it in the ground blind and keep them interested. But boredom, how many times you've been sitting around your house? You may live on a 5-acre farm and you got 4-wheelers and Polaris side-by-sides, a pond and just all kind of stuff to do, and the kid will run in there and say, I'm bored. It drives me insane, but I know that we did the same thing when we were kids. But you're just being a child, but you keep them interested and keep them fired up about it. Tell them stories, get them out there, try to make them make the hunt as successful as you can, and then you've created a hunter.
You sure have. There's nothing better than getting a kid outdoors, and introducing them to the outdoors. And I can remember just right before deer season, my neighbor, his grandkids come down there from South Carolina, North Carolina. I can't remember which one. And he's one of his grandkids, his oldest grandson, loves to shoot bows. He just got into it. Well, I was practicing. It was just before deer season, and I noticed him standing over in the yard next to me over there, just kind of watching. And finally I said, hey, man, come here. So he come over there, and we talked about shooting, and he said he was going to bring his bow back. He hadn't came back yet. They came back at Christmas, didn't have time to bring his bow. But showing him what I was doing out there and showing some interest in what he wanted to do. He couldn't pull my bow back yet. He wasn't quite strong enough to. He tried, but he just couldn't get it back. But just showing that interest in him, you could see that spark in his eye. Say, hey, man, somebody is taking a little time. And I would have loved for him to have a bow. I wish I'd have had a bow that he could have shot right then. We'd have stood out in that yard and turned a light on if we'd have had to and shot bows all night long. Just taking a little interest with a child and getting them out there, man, just shows what it's all about. It really does. Y'all give us a call, 229-253-0995. Tell us about, you taking a kid hunting, what you like about it, what you want to do with it, and how you would go about it. That's what I'm interested in. What is one thing that you guys out in the good outdoors, where would you take a kid to get them, to introduce them to the outdoors? What would you do? A lot of people would say camping. A lot of people would say fishing. But what's one thing you would like to do if you had a youngster, say a 6 or 8 year old kid, and you had a chance to introduce them to the outdoors? What would you do? The question of the day.
That's a good question. That's a real good question.
I want to see what somebody would do. I know what I'd do. First thing I'd do to get them in the outdoors is I'd try them fishing. That'd be my thing. I'd take them to a farm pond somewhere that was loaded with brim, just like I'm going to do Mackenzie, and I'm going to let her start catching some fish, man.
Yep.
Hey, we're going to take a break here on the Good Outdoors. We're back in just a few minutes. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Woo-wee! Sweet Tea Smokehouse on South Hutchinson Avenue, Adel is the bomb. You ain't had good old South Georgia barbecue if you ain't been to Sweet Tea Smokehouse. Ribs, chicken, pork, beef, good grief, this is some fine eating. And it ain't called Sweet Teas for nothing. Ice cold sweet tea and good old barbecue plate with all the trimmings is what living in the South is all about. Head up Highway 41 north towards Adel. Swing into Sweet Tea Smokehouse for lunch or dinner. Great southern barbecue like it's supposed to be. And don't forget some of that fine Brunswick stew. Woo-wee!
So, Dawson, is Dad so ill about you calling him out on his shooting ability?
I don't think so, but I have seen him on the range a lot more lately.
Dad always says practice makes perfect.
That's what he says, but I don't think it works for adults.
Why do you say that?
Well, from the look of the scorecard, it's making it worse.
Dawson, bring me some more shotgun shells.
Okay, Dad.
If you need some practice, come by Southwind Clays and Quail on the Quitman Highway just past the river headed towards Quitman. With a top-notch clubhouse, a 5-stand, sporting clays range, as well as a rifle and pistol range, Southwind has what you need to succeed. World-class quail hunting is also available with some of the finest bird dogs around.
Dad sure shoots a lot.
Yeah, if he keeps this up, Mom's gonna be mad.
Why is that?
Because he's spending all Mom's shopping money on shotgun shells.
You did it. You bagged that trophy of a lifetime. So who you going to trust to recreate that memory? Jody Hewitt at Artistic Wildlife is the man to call. With years of experience and an attention to detail that is unmatched, Artistic Wildlife is the taxidermist for deer, turkey, ducks, fish, and even a dadgum godforsaken rattlesnake, if you're one of those crazy folks. Details on Jody's brand new Artistic Wildlife studio in Adel, Georgia will be coming soon. Give Jody a call at 229-560-3062 or visit his website at artistic-wildlife.com.
Service. It's a very simple word, but you'd think it's French. At Deep South Sanitation, our service will never be questioned. We are there when we say we'll be there. If there's a couple extra bags by the can, we pick it up. Deep South Sanitation don't care if the lid won't close. All the more reason to dump it. If you're elderly or disabled, the Deep South Sanitation team will get your can, dump it, and put it back. If trash blew out, we don't leave it, we pick it up. Keep the money you pay for sanitation services local by supporting Deep South Sanitation, a locally owned business. Call Carrie Scarborough today at Deep South Sanitation, 229-559-0200.
So you need a car, truck, or SUV? Look no further than Midway Auto Emporium at 4189 Bemis Road, Valdosta, Georgia. Cameron and Melissa Tucker has been serving the Valdosta area for over 7 years now. They are a family-owned and operated local business with hometown values and still believe in handshake deals. With a great selection of used cars, trucks, and SUVs, with a Carfax report on every one of them, along with bank financing at all credit levels and interest rates as low as 1.85% with approved credit. 4189 Bemis Road, or visit their website at midwayautoemporium.com.
You're listening to The Good Outdoors with Steve, Daryl, and Ronnie on 99.5 Kicks Country. Now, let's get back to the fun.
Welcome back to The Good Outdoors here on 99.5 Kicks Country. Man, talking about turkey hunting, we're going to get into some, talking about getting kids outdoors turkey hunting, we're going to get into some of the habitats and things you can do to improve your turkey hunting place. One thing is chufa. Man, turkey, that's the go-to food source, go-to planting thing for turkeys is chufa.
Ain't no doubt about it. I've seen it close up and personal. Looks like when you get turkeys feed on a chufa plot, it looks like a bunch of hogs coming there and carpet bombed it. You know, you got big old potholes in there where them turkeys are scratching and digging. They love it. Absolutely love it.
Yes, sir. And you can plant chufa, but the other thing, if you own your land, and you're trying to invest in the future of it, you can do plant sawtooth oaks. And the reason they do sawtooth oaks is because they generate acorns a lot faster than the other oaks, and got live oaks and things like that. So it's a great food source for turkeys also. Get out there, and plant it. And the one thing that people overlook a lot is a great, like what I call a grazing area for turkeys, like a pasture. I mean, turkeys love bugs. They get out there in these pastures, these grown-up pastures and things, and they kick these bugs up. It's sort of what they're doing in this chufa as it gets bigger too. Is they get out there and kick it up. So if you have a pasture on your land or a field on your land that you can let grow up a little bit, you've got a turkey hunting paradise in my book. You're going to have them because they're going to come there in mid-morning. They're going to start kicking these grasshoppers up and these bugs, and they're going to eat them. And that's just one of my favorite places to hunt. It's a pasture. I love it.
Yes, sir. A lot of people don't even realize that you can hunt turkeys all day. I don't think. There's just a ton of them that just goes out there for the first hour or two of daylight, and if they ain't done it, they go back to the house. But you can hunt all day for turkeys. I mean, a turkey will respond to a call all day long. It's not just the morning. Mm-hmm. And you get around food sources where there's going to be turkeys, and you get out there and do some calling. You'll call one right up. Sure we got a call coming in. Good morning, caller. You're on the air on the Good Outdoors. How are you?
Coon man here, what's happening?
Now, we don't know a coon. Is there a lot of water around your house?
Oh, there's a little bit down there at the little river, that's about it. The Willacoochee right here behind the house is out the bank.
Yeah.
Other than that, ain't none on the road. That's a good thing.
That is a good thing. We've been talking about doing a little hog hunting, and we had some hogs coming into some corn and had them all ready, and the darn water done drowned out our spot.
Well, I imagine those hogs is after the corn, they probably going to have to float to get to it.
Yep, that's exactly right.
Y'all kind of touched on my heart this morning about these young kids.
Mm-hmm.
Still want to share with you a little story about my little episode with young kids on the cooning.
Okay.
Which is, a little different thing, but I've been cooning up for about 37 years now. Started out with my daddy and my uncle. My dad had gone on to be with the Lord now, but my uncle's still alive, and he's 86 years old.
Mm-hmm. Good
still
deal.
Tim Bush.
Yes, sir.
still hits the bushes. But over the years, and especially the last 8 to 10 years, I got my boy involved when he was 8-year-old. He started. He goes with us. And since then, it has escalated to 4 more generations in the family.
Man, good deal.
So when we go cooning, we normally have 4 to 5 people, the senior leadership being 86, me 52, and the rest of them 16, 14, 12. And in the last year, we picked up a 52-year-old woman.
How about that? Well, you doing your job, Coon. Ain't no doubt about it.
She hits the bushes with us, too, there, fella. So,
I hear you.
And then, the punchline here is, just like y'all boys been talking about, keeping them off the black asphalt, the video games and all that.
Yep.
Take my boy, for example. Kept him in the woods, cooning, and in the yard, cutting grass, whatnot. Now, he's 19 years old, being a productive citizen working with the Lowndes County Sheriff's Department.
Amen. Heck
And
yeah.
just got his head on good and straight and focused. And when he gets time, he'll holler at old daddy and load the dogs up. We'll go cooning.
Man, ain't nothing better than that, are there?
No, brother, man. I mean, it's just the life of the world. When you take a young in there and see old coon up there and you shoot him out, let them do the shooting, and all of a sudden have a little squabble on the ground. Ain't like old Peg Leg turn and run. You know what I'm saying?
Peg would be getting out of there, won't he?
He'd be going through the swinging ropes and all, man, the sand stage and all that. And then wait a minute, man.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, y'all fellas keep up the good work, man. We love y'all guys and just absolutely enjoy listening to y'all through this 77-mile trip every morning.
I appreciate that, Coon, man. We wouldn't be doing it without people like you. There ain't no doubt about it.
So y'all boys stay in there, and I'll check the rivers here in a few minutes and let y'all know.
Okay.
Appreciate it, buddy.
Thank you, Coon,
See
man.
y'all, boys.
We got another call coming. I wonder who this is. I believe he hung up. We lost him. Call back. 229-253-0995 is the number to call in the Good Outdoors.
Good morning, caller. Hey, we know it.
Hey,
what's up?
That old coon hunter, this old whippling coochie will float your britches off.
I guarantee you it will.
Hey, I'm kind of kin to him a little bit. I don't voice it much, but
Turn that radio down, Peg.
how
Please.
you know I got it up?
Cause man, it was echoing in my ear.
Oh, okay.
Thank you,
I
man.
apologize.
Appreciate that.
I like hearing myself talk, man. It sounds like I'm in the studio. No, I'm kind of like old coon hunter there. Y'all got to talking about what you would do with your kids if you had them and you could start them out on the track again. I have no regrets with my boys that's gone on to be with the Lord. And I'd do the same thing, fellas. I'd take to the Withlacoochee River because we didn't have no money. That's all we could do. It wasn't but 2 miles behind the house, the way the crow flies. And I got pictures, believe it or not. Was looking at some the other day of my daughters and my sons that's going on just titty deep and belly button deep, depending on how tall they was, because they were like doorstep youngins. I figure have them when you can, and then get through with them, put the lid on it. But they'd be out there red belly fishing and looking back at me, smiling, taking a picture of them. But that's what I'd do again.
Ain't no doubt about it, boy. We go down to the river, me and Daryl, down from Mom and Dad's house. It was about a mile down the road. And we'd take our kids down there in little rod and reels and a fork stick, and we knew dang well when we left the house we weren't going to catch a darn thing. And but it didn't matter. It just didn't matter.
It didn't matter, Stevie.
No, and they didn't care neither. They didn't there throw rocks in the water and just run the fish off, but they were having a time of their life.
It's kind of funny, and them folks may be out there listening, but we done a stupid thing one time. Me and my brother-in-law and a couple of close brothers from another mother had took our canoes and the Withlacoochee was up in the treetops. The ants had done made, you know how they make nests up in the tops of them pine trees to get away out of the water.
Yeah.
And we had floated down it, and I'm ashamed of it now. But well, I say I'm ashamed of it. Probably ain't. We had consumed a couple of beers, but we didn't anticipate the trip being about 2.5 hours long. We figured it was about a 1 hour float from Night Ferry to Rocky Ford.
Oh, yeah.
And we run out, and there's this big old boat, kind of like one of them big hatchets, you know, out there, because there's plenty of water, and they pulled up beside us, and we had found a floating little boat made out of styrofoam. Well, them boys took to that thing like a hog do the slop with homemade syrup done settled in it for about 2 weeks. And every time from then on, me and the wife went camping, them boys would be in that little old bitty boat back there, and we'd tell them, y'all fish and quit flopping around and playing. But that's what they wanted to do. When they got ready to fish, they'd fish.
Huh.
And that guy come up in that big hatchet. He said, hey, man, that looks like our little boat that got away from us. And we said, well, you come from that direction. We came from that direction. And there ain't no way it'd be your boat, because we actually was way up in the woods when we found it. They said, well, we'll take it. And I said, you get close enough, I'll peel your head off like peeling a tater in a restaurant with this paddle. And then I'm going to put this wooden leg so far up your rear end, you're going to taste shoe leather for about a month. Now, do you want the boat now, or you want to get on down the road? He said, I'll take to the river bend, I'm in a boat. And I said, well, be gone either way. And he did. And, but I'd take them boys fishing. I'd probably lay out of work, take them fishing this morning.
Guarantee.
And somewhere, like Steve said, even if the fish weren't biting, I could use it for a good excuse. Well, these boys need to learn.
That's right.
They knew how. I got pictures of them. I'll have to show them to y'all sometime.
That's right.
Tell those coon hunters to be easy out there on the road and don't put mess up too many tires, and be safe. But I love y'all, and I'll holler at you later.
See you, man.
All right, buddy.
Oh, yeah. Always good to hear from Peg in the morning. He's got some great stories, man. He loves being outdoors and absolutely loves getting kids and other people involved with it. So appreciate all you do, Peg.
I wonder what the longest beard on a turkey shot is. Does anybody know what the record is? If you do know the world record, or what's the longest turkey beard you've heard of, give us a call, 229-253-0995. We're going to be taking a break, so we'll take the calls when we get back off the break. But we want to know what the longest beard you've ever heard of is, or longest spurs. If you're a turkey hunter, give us a call after the break, 229-253-0995. And we have a special treat. My wife is never up this time of morning listening, and she is currently listening, getting ready to go to work. She said I woke her up this morning, so she's a little mad. So try doing it every day of the week, dear. We'll be back in 3 minutes. You listen to The Good Outdoors on 99.5 Kicks Country.
It's that time of year. People everywhere will be scrambling to find somebody to take care of filing their taxes. Fast Tax and Bookkeeping at 1407 West Hill Avenue, Suite Q has a quick turnaround time and the knowledge to prepare your taxes properly, making sure you are getting what's due. With $25 1040 EZ filings, electronic refunds in a flash, military and college student discounts, and fast and friendly service, drop by and see Lisa Griffiths and the gang at 1407 West Hill Avenue, Suite Q, or give them a call at 229-253-0181 to schedule an appointment.
White Brothers Auto Supply is South Georgia's auto parts headquarters, located at 1106 West Hill Avenue in Valdosta, Georgia. White Brothers can cover the smallest auto part need, right up to a replacement engine or transmission. Serving Valdosta with an enormous auto parts inventory, you can rest assured that White Brothers has what you need, no matter if you're a do-it-yourselfer or an automotive professional. White Brothers has the right part at the right price. Stop by 1106 West Hill Avenue in Valdosta or call 229-244-8773 for all your auto part needs.
Matt Austin's is the best in town. Matt Austin's make you come on down. I don't think I can even wait. Those steaks are hand-cut fresh every day. Steaks and seafood put you in a good mood. I can't wait to get my hands on that food.
talking 100% aged, Midwestern, grain-fed beef. When you want steak, Austin's Cattle Company. It's where a steak lover goes to get a real cut of steak. Log on, check them out on the website, austinscattlecompany.com, or better yet, just stop by, exit 16 off of I-75. Austin's, it's an addiction you never have to quit.
I can't wait to get my hands on that food.
Everyone knows that Eagle Auto Repair in Lake Park, Georgia is the best place to get your vehicle back in shape and keep it there. But did you know they're also a certified U-Haul provider? That's right. If you are moving somewhere or pulling a car or truck and need help, Eagle Auto Repair can hook you up. No matter if it's local or long distance, we've got you covered. Might as well leave your car for service while you move. That's multitasking. Eagle Auto Repair, 321 Lakes Boulevard in beautiful Lake Park, Georgia. Stop by or give Ronnie a call at 229-559-1999.
Attention Outdoor Nation. Adel Outfitters, located at exit 39 on I-75 in Adel, Georgia, has over 18,000 square feet of outdoor unbelievability just waiting on you. Specializing in a wide range of outdoor supplies for everyone, including hunting, fishing, shooting, kayaking, camping, Little League, clothing, knives, boots, you name it, Adel Outfitters has it. They also have that personal one-on-one attention that you just might not be getting from some of the big boxes, and Adel Outfitters has a whole lot less overhead, so you'll be surprised at the deals. So come see us now at Adel Outfitters, exit 39, Adel, Georgia.
You're listening to The Good Outdoors with Steve, Daryl, and Ronnie on 99.5 Kicks Country. Now, let's get back to the fun.
Welcome back to The Good Outdoors this morning, man. We're talking turkey hunting. Y'all give us a call, 229-253-0995. Talk about anything you want. You know, Nicholas Atkins chimed in. He said he'd like to hit the Swanee River on a 2-day camping and fishing trip. Now, that would be fun. With kids, man, that is just a fun time to do. Load up the boat, get all your camping gear in there, and catch you some fish, and pull over on the sandbar and build you a fire and cook them and eat them that night. That's just a good time.
No doubt about it. There'd be plenty of water to float in right now.
Oh, yeah.
Give us a call, 229-253-0995. Tell us about the longest turkey beard you've ever killed, heard of. What's your thoughts on it? Spurs maybe, and who knows? You may look up and call it the right time. We might be in a giving mood. Who knows?
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah.
229-253-0995.
Longest beard on a turkey.
If it's longer than Daryl Sample Jr.'s beard, it's a fine turkey because he's got probably an 8 or 9 inch beard.
We got
a call coming in. Good morning, caller. You on there on the Good Outdoors? How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good.
Good deal.
I'm still doing good, Stevie. Hey, 12 and a quarter and an inch and quarter spurs. That was my first bird.
That's a good one. That's a good first bird. Appreciate
12
you.
and a quarter, but there probably somebody called beat me because I'm sure they'd one out there longer than that.
We're going to do it. Appreciate you calling back, Peg.
All right, buddy. I'll holler at y'all. Y'all keep it up.
All right, thank you. 229-253-0995. Tell us about your longest beard, longest one you've heard of, the biggest one you shot, the first one. Just let us know, man. We want to hear about it. Get us pumped up for turkey season. I know there's some turkey hunters out there listening. So
yes, sir. I guarantee you there's some out there listening.
You know, turkey. We're talking about what you can do to improve your land. Burning your turkey woods keeps the vegetation low. It stimulates new growth, which gets bugs in there and lizards. And I think that fire actually cooks the lizards and stuff for the turkey. So they like that stuff. We got another call coming in. Good morning, caller. You on there? Listen to the Good Outdoors. How you doing?
Oh, pretty good. How y'all this morning?
We're doing fantastic.
Good. On the turkey beard, I seen a double beard, one with a 9, one beard was 9, one was 5 with an inch and a quarter beard.
That's a good one right there, old double bearder. Yeah, that's a good deal. Good deal.
Yeah, I seen him. He was right there behind my house when somebody killed him. But anyway.
Hey,
good deal.
Nice one.
Appreciate you sharing that.
Come out.
All right, we got another caller calling in about his turkey beard. Good morning, caller. You on there? What you got?
Killed a hen with a 5.5 inch beard, a little old thin pencil beard before.
How about that? Yeah, the bearded hens. They're more common than people think. That's a nice one.
I thought it was a large jake, but it was a big old hen with like I said, it had like a little 5.5 inch pencil beard.
Good deal. Appreciate you calling and sharing that with us. Good morning. We got another call. Good morning, caller. You on there on the Good Outdoors? How you doing?
I'm doing fine. This is Chester Stalin. I'm over here in Colquitt County on the Colquitt County and Thomas County line.
I hear
want
you.
to talk about turkey this morning.
Lay it on us, man.
I got 2 double shot last year. two at one time. Both of them had double beards.
Really?
Dang.
And one of them had inch and quarter spurs, and one of them had inch and 5/8 spurs. Killed both of them with one shot.
Good gracious, both of them being double beard. Now I tell you what, I hadn't heard of that before. You might have something there. You might be one of the only guys that's done that.
Yep, I'm real proud of them. Real proud of them.
Yeah, I would be too, man.
Good
That's
deal.
awesome.
And everybody out there in radio land, the best thing to scout your turkeys with is your cameras for your deer.
Yes,
That's
sir.
right. That's
Put your
right.
cameras out there on the spots where they're dusting,
Yep,
food plots and stuff. You know what time your turkey is coming.
that's right.
Because I killed both of them birds in the afternoon.
So did
I
you?
knew what.
You knew they were there. Did you know that there were two double bearded turkeys there based on your trail cameras?
No, I didn't know they was double beards, but I knew there was a group of gobblers coming to a chufer patch every afternoon at 4 o'clock.
Good deal. Good deal. That's a great tip. That'll actually be the T3 tip of the day. Use your deer hunting scouting cameras to scout your turkeys.
That's it.
Good job, man. Appreciate you calling in, Chester.
Yes.
Yeah, that is good. I
Yeah,
tell you,
that's
man, killing
unbelievable
two
right there.
double bearded turkeys with one shot. I've there's been a lot of people shoot a double, kill two turkeys with one shot, but for both of them to have double beards and then have spurs like that, man, that is a fine
Hey,
hunt.
We
right
got
there.
another call coming in. Let's take it. Good morning, caller. You on the Good Outdoors?
Yes, sir. Y'all talking about them cheetahs earlier.
Mm-hmm.
You take them cheetahs and soak them in buttermilk about 30 minutes before you plant them. And bring them on in.
Y'all in the buttermilk.
we
Not
like-
as bad as a daggum big feet. Good
We're
grief.
gonna have to hire you.
Oh,
I couldn't pass that one up,
that was
guys.
pretty
Y'all
funny,
have a
man.
good morning.
That is
Appreciate it.
hilarious.
Appreciate it. Man, I tell you, you plant,
Dedicated listeners, man.
I tell you, you soak your chufa seed in buttermilk and plant it. You'll kill three gobblers with one shot, and they'll all have 8 beards. I guarantee.
And
you.
triple spurs.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that is crazy.
229-253-0995 is the number to call if you got any turkey stories or methods of planting. We want to hear it this morning. So, that 22.5-inch world record beard. Can you imagine that? I mean,
I've been doing a little research on that and pulling up the world records. As far as what's been claimed there. The daggum beard of 22.5 inches in Bowie, Texas. Now that's a one single beard of 22.5 inches. I wonder how tall that turkey was. That's a big old daggum beard. Can y'all guess the spur length? Do y'all know the longest spur length out there on a turkey? Longest single spur. What do y'all think it would be?
3.5.
Ryan says 3.5.
I've heard stories of one that was 5 inches before, but I don't know if that was real.
I'll get back with you on that. Let's take this call. Good morning, caller. You on the Good Outdoors?
Longest beard I ever seen was 12 and a half.
Yeah.
And inch and 3/4 spurs.
Fine bird.
The longest one I ever killed was 11 and a half with an inch and a half spurs.
Yeah, that ain't one nothing to sneeze at neither.
No, that's a good bird. I've killed 11.5-inch beard, or almost 11 3/4 one time, an inch and a quarter spurs. So that's a daggum good bird. Ain't nothing to sneeze at, man.
Yes, sir.
Hey, we appreciate you calling in.
My wife just, I think I'm falling in love with her all over again.
Uh-oh.
My wife, now you're going to appreciate this.
Mm-hmm.
She just texted me a picture of the National Wild Turkey Federation chart that shows the longest recorded beards of any hunter for the eastern wild turkey. Where they were shot, when they were shot, and the hometown of the person who shot them. I just cannot believe she did that. She was actually got on her phone or computer and done some research and took the time to text me that.
That's
what
awesome.
a woman, son.
That's something else.
What a woman.
Michelle, what are you doing?
I'm going to go home and soak her in buttermilk, give her a big old fat kiss. Woo! Make your head pop off.
Hey, man. The longest spurs that I've ever seen? Yeah. Or not I've ever seen. I haven't seen them.
That you've ever
the
heard
National
of.
Wild Turkey Federation on their list is 2 1/4 inches.
2 1/4.
One single spur. Now,
yeah, that's more believable than a 5-incher, I can guarantee you
how
that.
about the heaviest weight bird? A lot of people don't weigh their birds, but the
67
weight,
pounds.
Good God. That right there whipped your butt when you shot him. Anybody want to guess? A logical guess, not 67
I'd say 31
Is
pounds.
it farm raised?
No, it's Wild Turkey.
National Wild Turkey Federation.
Ryan, where you been, dude? Where you been? National Wild Turkey Federation. What
This
in the
is
world?
Ryan's last day on the radio.
32.
32. Yeah. I'm going to guess 35.81 pounds.
Oh, you probably dead on.
35, and that was in Iowa.
Huh.
It sure was.
Iowa,
But,
huh?
You know what? I did realize this, but there's several multiple spurred birds. Y'all know that?
Yeah. Well, there was. I don't know if you remember. There was. Well, it might not have been last year. There's one killed at Country Goes Hunting that had 2 spurs on one of his legs.
Yep, multiple spurred birds. This one particular had a little over at both spurs, 2 spurs each leg, and they were a little over an inch long apiece. That's pretty good.
According to the NWTF on this chart, my wife texted me, the longest turkey beard is 18.125 on an eastern. Now the guy in Texas obviously shot a Rio, but the longest eastern beard length, according to the NWTF, is 18.125, and then there's 5 or 6, 7, 8, 17 inchers. So there's some long beards out there. Beard rot's a problem.
Oh yeah,
that keeps them from getting as long. They probably, if it wasn't for dragging the ground and rotting and mites and stuff like eating them off, I guess they'd get as long as they, they'd get even longer. But
man, it's a beard is a funny thing on a turkey anyway. You can see what I call a big old paintbrush hanging down from that sucker when he bends over like that. And if he's walking and it's almost dragging the ground like the one I seen in Alabama when I was deer hunting this year, that's a big old turkey. That sucker has got some age on him. He's smart. He's big, but he's just got a paintbrush hanging down there. And I love seeing. I want to kill one that's over 14-inch beard. That's what I want. And I probably never will get that, but I'm going to try it. I also want to kill. I've never killed a multiple bearded turkey. That's what I want to kill next.
Yeah, Woody Sullivan from Backwoods Life killed one in Nebraska, I believe it was, or somewhere out there. Had 7 beards, and it's actually the number 7 bird in the state.
Wow.
Non-typical or atypical bird. So,
like that, man. Let's see. When y'all, Bubba Carden, when y'all drinking buttermilk. And y'all leave that buttermilk alone.
We'll have to do that on air one day. We'll have to come up with some sort of thing. If we can get, we'll have to get the calling audience to do something. And if they achieve that goal, then we'll all take a swig of buttermilk. But short of that,
sir, you put yourself in that. I'm not going there. No, sir.
Short of that, I ain't doing it.
I'm out of that contest, dude. I don't care what it is. Nope, I ain't having nothing to do with no doggone buttermilk.
I don't think I've ever had any.
Take my place. What we got here?
I'm all right.
I don't think I've ever had any buttermilk, so I'll try.
Nice.
You gotta see the video.
Well, I ain't near about fixing to drink no buttermilk. Y'all drink it all you want to. I ain't drinking.
Take a small sip of it, maybe.
Y'all can drink all you want. I ain't doing it. You can't make me. Ain't no way.
It can't taste no worse than the worst cough medicine you ever had.
You can tie him down.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Well, we're going to take a quick break here on the Good Outdoors. We'll be back in 3 minutes. Y'all hang in there.
There's a natural order to football tailgating. You can't invite your friends until you ignite the football rivalries. That's why football tailgating starts with an ice-cold Bud Light Lime. It's the superior drinkability of Bud Light with a splash of 100% natural lime flavor. So go ahead and party it up right after you raise it up. Only the seasons change. Tastes don't. Look for a Bud Light Lime and find your summer state of mind anytime. It's in the Lime. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Lime Flavored Beer, St. Louis, Missouri. The grill might be in storage, but that's what campfires are for. And the backyard party is on hiatus, but that's because everyone is tailgating. Only the seasons change, tastes don't. And when you've got Bud Light Lime, you don't need summer to have a good time. It's the superior drinkability of Bud Light with a splash of 100% natural lime flavor. Look for a Bud Light Lime and find your summer state of mind anytime. It's in the Lime. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Lime Flavored Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
So, Dawson, is Dad so ill about you calling him out on his shooting ability?
I don't think so, but I have seen him on the range a lot more lately.
Dad always says practice makes perfect.
That's what he says, but I don't think it works for adults.
Why do you say that?
Well, from the look of the scorecard, it's making it worse.
Dawson, bring me some more shotgun shells.
Okay, Dad.
If you need some practice, come by Southwind Clays and Quail on the Quitman Highway just past the river headed towards Quitman. With a top-notch clubhouse, a 5-stand, sporting clays range, as well as a rifle and pistol range, Southwind has what you need to succeed. World-class quail hunting is also available with some of the finest bird dogs around.
Dad sure shoots a lot.
Yeah, if he keeps this up, Mom's gonna be mad.
Why is that?
Because he's spending all Mom's shopping money on shotgun shells.
You did it. You bagged that trophy of a lifetime. So who you going to trust to recreate that memory? Jody Hewitt at Artistic Wildlife is the man to call. With years of experience and an attention to detail that is unmatched, Artistic Wildlife is the taxidermist for deer, turkey, ducks, fish, and even a dadgum godforsaken rattlesnake, if you're one of those crazy folks. Details on Jody's brand new Artistic Wildlife studio in Adel, Georgia will be coming soon. Give Jody a call at 229-560-3062 or visit his website at artistic-wildlife.com.
Val Optics on Patterson Street in Valdosta, Georgia has been providing 1-hour service for 25 years. From eyeglass repair to eye exams conducted by one of 2 on-site optometrists, Val Optics is there for all of your eyesight concerns. There is no need for an appointment and most insurances are accepted. Val Optics also accepts outside prescriptions. So if you need eyeglass repair or an eye exam, stop by Val Optics at 601 North Patterson Street, Valdosta, Georgia. 25 years in business says it all.
It's the Good Outdoors on 99.5 Kicks Country. Now, let's get back to the fun, talking about everything to do with the outdoors with Steve, Daryl, and Ronnie.
All right, welcome back to the Good Outdoors. Steve had to slip on out the studio here a few minutes early, so we're going to take this thing out. This segment here is brought to you by, what is it brought to you by?
Southwind.
Yeah.
Y'all don't know this yet? Southwind Sporting Clays and Quail. See, Daryl Sample Jr. knows this. Man, I tell you what, go see John Peak out there, man. He's got a great facility. Southwind Sporting Clays and Quail. I was actually doing some radio interviews yesterday about the CAC, the Children's Advocacy Center shoot is coming up here pretty quick on there. Out at John's place, one of the biggest fundraisers he hosts every year. But when he puts on something out there, he does it full force, man. If he does a quail hunt for people, in which he does, by the way, every single day, he's been busy. I don't think he's missed a day of quail hunting yet. It's awesome, man. He just goes all out for everybody, and it's just the best place in the world to go for sporting clays or quail here in the South. Man, I love it. Can't say enough about it. We got a call coming in. I can't even talk this morning. Good morning, caller on the Good Outdoors.
How you doing this morning?
Good. How about you?
I'm fine. I just wanted to tell you, you were talking earlier about a kid or something that was with your bow and you were out in the yard and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I want to tell you about a man that lived next door to my mom and dad when we were growing up. His name was Milton. Me and my brother, my mom hurt her back when we were 10 and 8. She wasn't able to work. Daddy was working all the time. He never would have had time to take us hunting and stuff like that. And this guy leased a farm that we lived on. He saw me and my brother out in the yard one day, and he stopped me and said, "Y'all like to go hunting?" We'd never been. We done do it. I don't know. We ain't never been. Well, he said, "Y'all be ready tonight. Ask your mom if you can go with me." And that night, it was on a Friday night, he picked me and my brother up, and he took us out to run his fox dogs in the fox pen.
Oh, man, that was awesome, wasn't it?
We stayed out there all night long, just heard dogs bark, talked on the CB with other hunters around us in the fox pen. And from that day on, this man bought me and my brother our first deer rifle.
I'll be doggone.
Took us hunting, turkey hunting. We stayed in the fox pen all the time with the fox dogs. I mean, it was like he just took all the time in the world for us, and because he didn't have any kids of his own. And to this day, he's passed away now, but his wife's still alive, and my daughters call her great granny. And they called him great-grandpa because he was always around us. He took us hunting. And, I mean, this man didn't have to do it, but he seen the need that me and my brother needed to do that, and he taught us how to live off the land.
Mm-hmm. Wasn't nothing no better, was it?
Oh, man, I used to love climbing up in his truck and hunting on the farm and going out to the fox pen, running around. I mean, anything we needed to do with hunting or anything, fishing license, hunting license, when he come by, he had our hunting fishing license.
I bet you, as you grew up, and you got kids of your own now, don't you?
Yes.
I bet you've instilled the same thing in them and getting them outdoors, hadn't you?
Yes, sir. And I got a neighbor he don't have time for his son, and I take him with me and my daughter when we go.
Yes, sir.
Just to keep him away from the video game.
And that's the way to do it, man. I tell you, that is the way to do it. And
that's something you'll never forget is somebody taking up time. It don't have to be your kids. You can see a neighbor's kid standing around and just say, hey, you want to go? And just instill it in them, and then they'll remember that when they're grown, and they'll do the same thing.
I agree, man, 100%. That's an awesome story. I'm glad you shared it with us this morning.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate you calling.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man, ain't nothing no better. I've got a friend I went to school with. She lives right down the road, and her son, I think he's about 5 or 6 years old. He's been wanting to go hunting. I didn't get a chance to carry him this year, but I promise you, next year he'll be a little older. I'm going to carry him and his dad, and his dad carries him out squirrel hunting now, but I'm going to carry him deer hunting next year. He'd sit him and his dad in the stand with me and get him outdoors, man. He loves it. He just wants to go. He stops by the house. Hey, man, what are you doing? I've gave him some turkey calls, some posters from Hunting is Good and things like that. So just an awesome thing, man. Get them outdoors. Ryan, you got some kids coming up and getting older, and I bet they like to get outdoors, don't they?
Oh, yeah. We take them fishing all the time.
Do you?
Oh, yeah.
How old are they now?
One's 2 and one is 1.
2 and 1.
Yeah.
Hey, Peg, talk about doorstep. That's kind of like when I had mine, man. Just bam, bam, you know. They spit them right out of there. Have them when you're young.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. Yeah. I guarantee you, when your oldest one's about 6 years old, he's going to already have a rifle in his hand and be out there hunting, won't he?
Probably by 5.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
No.
Good thing to do. Hey, y'all post on the Good Outdoors some pictures of taking your kids hunting, fishing, or just being outdoors. It doesn't matter, hunting or fishing. It can be camping. I mean, I love to get out there and go camping. I'm not a roughing it type camper. I don't necessarily like to get out there in the tent as much as I used to. I'm getting old and fat or fatter, but I like to get in a camper. But still, I love to go, man. I got friends that carry campers up to North Georgia all the time, or either go down around Daytona Beach and they camp there in some of the campgrounds. It's a great outdoor activity to do, and kids love to go camping. I got 2 friends that carried their kids down to the Swanee River a couple of years ago, the Swanee River Park down there.
Oh, yeah.
And, man, they talked about riding the bicycles all night long, went to the bat caves and watching the bats flying in and out of the caves down there. You know, it was getting close to dark. So there's many things you can do to get kids outdoors and outside, and they said their kids just loved it, man. They just had a great time. They rented bicycles and rode all around that park when they were down there. And Jason and Bobby, they were sitting up there on a little balcony right there, just watching them and watching the race at night. I think it was on a Saturday night and the race was on, so they was watching it while the kids was riding. Put some pictures up on Facebook. Show us what you do with your kids in the outdoors. It doesn't matter. You can be like my friend Tony. Him and his wife, they just get his little baby and they take him outside. Just spend time outside. It doesn't have to be doing any sort of activity. Play ball in the front yard. What's wrong with that?
Not a thing.
Not a thing in the world. Now, you got the summertime coming. Swimming is a huge, huge, huge thing, especially here in South Georgia in the summertime.
Oh, that's why I like the heat.
Oh, yeah. Hey, we got a call coming in. Let's take it. Good morning, caller. You on the Good Outdoors?
Hey, Daryl, it's Peg again.
What's up, Peg?
Hey, look here. Tell Ryan, them boys ain't 2 and 1. Man, y'all missing out on a good thing if y'all think just because Yogi Bear stands for cartoons, ain't no fun at Yogi Bear Park. But I take my grandchildren with me night before last. I kept a couple of them little squirrely-headed rascals, and I call them squirrely-headed, because there's a time them boys, I don't know what it is, at the testodrome that they start throwing off in their head. You can wash it, and 5 minutes later it smells like there's a squirrel nest in it.
I hear you.
But look at him, don't nobody mess with them because it ain't going to be a good thing because I still love them, and I'll nuzzle in the head.
That's right.
But you can camp right there on the Yogi Bear campground, and you'd be right next to the water line where them boys can just slang and just bang and do whatever they want and catch fish.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, a good place to go. I got to get down there and check them out myself.
Yeah, brothers, take them young'uns down there. Y'all be good.
Hey, appreciate it, man.
All right, buddy.
That is a good place. You ever been down there, Madison? I need to get down there and see what it's all about. Peg's told me about it. Some other people's told me about it. I need to get down there to Yogi Bear park and check it out, man, and see what's going on with it. And any other places you guys know out there that's you would like to go or tell us about to go. One guy called in and told us about the caves in North Florida to go down there and look at.
Oh, I've been there a few times.
And I'd like to go, but I told Michelle just over the weekend, I was telling her about it. I said, that's somewhere I'd like to go. Especially in the heat of the summer when it's too hot to get out there and do anything.
Because it's like 60, 70 degrees underneath and in the caves.
And I'm going to have to go down there and check them out. And I got it wrote down actually at the house where he said they were. I think there's some outside of Tallahassee, between here and Tallahassee, but I'm going to get down there and check them out.
I know one of them is just right outside of Marianna, Florida.
Is it? Good deal. Good deal. Hey, y'all post on Facebook, like I said, man, and tell us what you like and what you want to do or what you want to get kids outdoors. We're going to start a little contest here probably next week. I'm not going to announce what it is yet. We're going to start a little contest next week to see just how many people really do get in the good outdoors with their kids and or even just their spouse. It doesn't have to be kids. Yourself or your spouse outdoors, your better half, family members, anybody, just what you're doing outdoors. And we're going to start a little contest on that and give away some prizes with it. Hey, we appreciate everybody tuning in this morning, man. I've loved talking about turkey hunting. It's a great way to get kids outdoors. Next Wednesday, y'all stay tuned. I got a great friend of mine coming back in, Mr. Al Dodds. I'm going to bring him back in and make him leave his shocker at home next Wednesday, I hope, unless he gets Daryl Sample this time, shave some of that beard off.
I'm running.
Or we'll might bring Ryan back in here and let him answer a few turkey hunting questions, because that was a fun time. But he has a wealth of knowledge that he's going to share with us and keep going. We covered about a quarter of what we had to cover that day, so we're going to bring him back in. We're going to talk about guns for shotguns for turkey hunting, what he likes to use, pattern them, and different things. It's just going to be a fun time. Might even go over a few calls. I might bring my calls back in and talk a little turkey next Wednesday, because turkey season's coming up, and I'm telling you, I'm excited. I could talk about turkeys every single day of the week. It just turned me loose. Man, I love it. It's coming up. I know Ryan, he's ready to go, ain't you?
Oh yeah, what's the day?
What's the day?
What's the date?
23rd.
23rd.
March 23rd. You don't know when turkey season opens?
I know it ain't soon enough.
Dude, that was wrote on my calendar 3 years ago. Michelle bought the calendar. I'd already had it wrote on there when it was in Walmart.
I think I'm gonna have to get my wife to make it on her calendars.
Hey. All right, man. We're fixing to get out of here. We've had a great time today. I've loved talking to y'all. Thanks for all the calls, and thanks for tuning in to the Good Outdoors. We'll see you tomorrow.
You've been listening to The Good Outdoors on 99.5 Kicks Country with Steve, Daryl, and Ronnie. Join us every weekday at 4:30 when we'll do it again.